Hey guys, happy hashtag Fit Tip Friday. I am going to invite one of my buddies on here. I'm going to see if he joins on. So if you are, this is a message to all the ladies. I know that you guys might have seen my Facebook Live on Monday, and Aaron is a good friend of mine. He actually did a video similar to that on Monday. And we just felt it would be really good to obviously can't bring him on camera. Okay, let's see. Aaron, if you can go on your phone. Oh, there he goes. Hold on. Got it. Approve. He's coming on. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Annette. All right, it's adding Aaron now. Hi, Justine. Hey, Scott. I know, it's Scott and Aaron. I know, that's funny. So it's actually adding him as we speak, so I'm going to wait for it to add him and jump on. I have approved it. Hey. I know, I know, it's funny. So what we have a little message for all the ladies while it adds Aaron in. So I want to ask you guys that are on here, as a lady, as a woman, there he is.
Hey.
All right, I'm going to turn it to you because this was actually supposed to be your live, and
yeah,
technical difficulties were making this happen. So I'm just going to turn it over to you, brother, so you can start us off.
Good.
So
give me 1 second to get my little tripod thing together because you had yours in another type of mode than me. So that's why I think I had the issue, one of the issues that I think I've had. So.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know who Aaron is also a health club owner in Philadelphia like I was. He's got an amazing studio called A Game. He'll tell you more about that. He's a personal trainer. He's a life coach. He's a thought leader in his community in the Germantown, Chestnut Hill area. He's been in the game just as long as I have. He coaches athletes. He played college football. He's an amazing father, and him and I are in much alignment in a lot of what we do. So
yeah, he's my brother from another mother.
That's right. He is my brother from another. We go to the same barber. We got a lot of similarities going on.
Definitely.
He just got back from an amazing vacation with his beautiful girlfriend Heather in Punta Cana. So he was just celebrating his birthday. So guys, I'm just going to let Aaron take this over because we had very similar messages this past Monday because we do want to empower all of the amazing ladies and women, mothers or not mothers, in our lives. So Aaron, I'm just going to turn it to you, brother.
Thank you, Scott, for that amazing introduction. And I definitely want you to introduce yourself to my listeners. But what I found interesting was, I know you did something on self-care. And one of the things that I talked about on my Monday motivation was the power of no. And one of the things that I'm learning, and I'm talking to different people and readings that we've talked about in the past, is how liberating by saying no. No doesn't mean that you got to be a mean person, that you're a bad person. No means that you're taking care of yourself before you're taking care of somebody else. And there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean you're a mean person or anything like that. And the easiest way how I can explain the no situation is like they say in the plane, you have to put your mask on first before you're able to take care of everybody else. So if you don't have the energy and you're not taking care of yourself and stuff like that, then you can't help anybody else in your life. And no doesn't mean no is just basically is giving boundaries, telling people that it's not okay with you, that something's going on, and you're not giving them a way how to they got to read your mind. You're just very direct with them. I was reading something the other day and they were talking about the Germans, how German people are just very direct. Some people would be like, oh my God, they're rude. They're not being rude. They're just being direct, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just they'll just tell you, if you smell, you smell. If your breath stink, your breath stink. whatever it may be. They just tell you like it is. But you kind of want that, even though you may not want to hear it. That's more love that's coming from a person that they tell you the truth than they're sit down there BSing with you. And sometimes when Americans do, oh, great, Scott, you smell great. No, you really stink. You know what I'm saying? Like it's best that you tell the truth than you're BSing, and then somebody's got to figure out later on, and you're talking behind their back or whatever it may be, that comes back to haunt you in another way. But I find that going hand in hand with the self-care thing, because if you don't take care of yourself first, you can't take care of anybody else. And me personally, for me, like little things, like and I hate to say this too, like love my mom to death, but mothers, and me and Scott always crack jokes because he has a Jewish mother, and of course I have a black mom. So sometimes mothers are very good at this guilt game. All right. And it's really hard sometimes for you to say no to your mother. All right. And
we talked about this a lot.
Right.
We talked about this a lot.
Right. It's hard to say because your mom will say, well, baby, this would make me happy. And you want to make your mother happy, and they know all that stuff. And moms read into that stuff, and they play you. And it is what it is. That's like the first sign of a man knowing the manipulation process that a lot of women do. And I'm a firm believer in that, and it's the truth. But like, you got to sometimes say no, but it's in a respectful way. You just say, Mom, that's something that I don't want to do right now. And they just have to understand that whole thing. And yes, it is hard, but like, it is so, so, so freaking true that you have to learn how to say no and to anybody. And it's not okay whatever you're doing. That is self-care, is learning how to say no. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's, just like, it's just funny, you're my brother from another mother, that you talked about that. And I was talking about this, and I'm like, oh man, we need to talk about this together. So,
And it's interesting you said, like, it's funny, Aaron and I we've been working together off and on for the last 8 months, and I always take notes from him when he talks because he always drops little nuggets. And I just want to say hi to everyone that's jumping on. Say hi to Aaron. We met for coffee last spring, and we had a conversation, and we just clicked. Like, we were just both on the same page, and we knew that we needed to do something together. But with all the hours that we both have spent in personal training, most of our clientele base was women. And I can tell you guys, first and foremost, Aaron and I have such an appreciation for not only just our moms, but the women in our lives, whether they're clients, friends, family, because women are the glue to everything. And biologically, men and women are completely different. And Aaron and I used to bounce things off of each other, how to handle certain situations, because men emotionally want to respond and react a different way. But it's about putting your mindset into the mindset of the woman, because men typically don't plug into the emotional side of things, but Aaron and I do. Him and I are both very emotional, so we both have the feminine energy where we can communicate with everybody. And what we've learned about women is that not only do they not realize how amazing they truly are, how beautiful they truly are, but how powerful they truly are. Because, just like Aaron was saying, saying no, creating boundaries, which means stepping into your power. When you can grab a hold of your life and what you want it to be, you are an unstoppable force. And that is plain and simple. So what Aaron and I were talking about is sending you guys a message, all the ladies, all the moms, letting you know there really and truly is nothing out there that can get in your way of stopping you from living the life that you truly deserve. And I want to read you guys a quote really quickly before I turn it back to Aaron. And this is a quote from John Lennon. see as one of my biggest inspirations in my life. Guys, throw me some hearts or some thumbs if you guys can hear what I'm saying right now. I just want to make sure everybody's with me. So hearts, thumbs, give me some of that so I know you guys can hear me, because I want you guys to hear this quote. So this is a quote from John Lennon, and it hit me so hard today. Aaron, you can hear me still, right? Okay, good. Okay, so here's the quote from John Lennon. And after I finish this quote, Kimberly says, "But it's sad when my ex's mother controlled him and everything he did, especially interfere." And I get that. So if you guys can hear me clear now, use the hashtag loud and clear. Hashtag loud and clear if you guys can hear me loud and clear. And I'm gonna wait. I don't want you guys to miss this quote. Use the hashtag loud and clear if you can hear me loud and clear. I don't want any glitches. Because when I read this quote this morning, okay, the thumbs are coming in. Okay, good. Loud and clear. Okay, good. Okay, so here's the quote. I want you guys to listen to this. So this is from John Lennon. And I want you guys to respond in the messages below how it made you feel, okay? So John Lennon said this, quote, "When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down, quote, happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment. And I told them they didn't understand life." And when I read this morning, so guys, write in the comments section below how that just made you feel. When I read that this morning, it hit me like a ton of bricks. So Aaron, I want to turn it back to you, because you deal with a lot of women on a daily basis, a lot of moms. What are some things that you have noticed, not only with working with a lot of women, but the shifts and the changes that you've seen in working with them on how they're improving their lives?
Well, being a trainer, you get to train all different types of people, from people that have jobs that are very demanding. Like I trained some doctors and stuff like that. And she has one of my doctors had this conversation with her this morning. And basically, she has, she works a lot, of course. She's always trying to engage with her kids. She's always making sure they're okay. And I always say to her, I say, "Hey, Karen, what are you doing for yourself? You know what I'm saying?" I said, "I understand you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing that. But are you going out to go get your nails done? Are you getting yourself a massage? Or are you maybe just going down to Valley Green, taking some of that for yourself?" Because what happens is when you are giving, like I said, going back to what we talked about before, you have nothing left. And sometimes you just have to, just by saying, I don't want to keep saying this, but saying the no and creating the boundaries, just little things, and just saying, "Hey, listen," and taking care of yourself, just saying no to them for a minute and saying yes to yourself. And I said this in my speech earlier this week, was saying no to somebody now is saying yes to them later. And,
love that.
And some people can't understand that part, because it's so powerful in so many ways, from a boundary standpoint to power to control, that I'm going to say no to you right now, but later on, this is going to give me the power to take care of Aaron, or take care of Karen, or take care of Tamika, whoever it may be, to give me the power later on down the road to say yes to everything that you need mom to do, daughter to do, all the time. And when I talk to these people, I'm always hearing like, "You got to do this. My husband needs this. My daughters need this. My sons needs this." And I hear this, and I always tell my clients like, "Yo, do something for yourself. Buy that dress. Do this. do that. And it's powerful, you know, but a lot of people, they just can't understand it because it's it's not being selfish. It's actually being uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not being selfish because sometimes we think we're being selfish, but it has nothing to do with being
Selfless.
selfish. Excuse me.
Selfless.
Selfless, yeah. So
You got to be selfless.
you got to be selfless, and it's a powerful thing. But like when I talk to women, that's like one of the things. And I think, you know, I have an incredible relationship with my mother. I have a 16-year-old daughter that I love to death that drives me nuts, but you know, it is what it is, and she puts me through all this. I have a beautiful girlfriend, and you know, I actually think that I've been put on this planet to be around women. It seems like I'm always around women all the time. From the high Division I athletes that I train to the moms with multiple kids, and just telling them like, hey, listen, sometimes you gotta be about yourself. Sometimes you gotta prioritize your things. It doesn't mean that you're a mean mom if you say no for a second. You know, you may have to do something for yourself. So I have my I see Melinda's on here. I see a couple other people on here too. I just want to say hello to people. Some of my friends, Bernie, Kelly.
Well, and a great quote: "You can't operate at full throttle if you don't put some gas in the tank." And I love that. But
yeah,
you know what I want to saying no is one thing, but another thing that I truly realize women have to do more of to step into your power: asking for help.
true.
Ask for help. You know, ask your husband, ask your friend, ask your mom, ask your dad, ask a sister or brother. Don't be so prideful that you have to do everything yourself. Asking for help is giving something back to you.
Have a balance.
Because you need to take care of yourself. You need a spa day.
Right.
You should go get a manicure and pedicure once a week. You should get a massage once a month.
Yep.
And if that requires you to set those boundaries and ask other people for help, if you ask, you will get. But if you never ask, don't complain that you don't have the free time, because you can have the free time. You have to set that boundary. Does that make sense, Aaron?
No, that makes a lot of sense. And, you know, I tell women this too, and I always tell them this, and it's funny that you say that, because like, I know some women are probably sitting here right now. It's like, if I tell my husband that, he's going to think I'm complaining. He thinks I'm being emotional and I'm being all this. Try this real quick, ladies. I always tell people do this. Just say disclaimer. Like, you're just basically taking a break. I mean, you're like, he understands that that's like disclaimer. Listen, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this for us. And then that's how it be. Like, I understand, like, sometimes, you know, a husband doesn't like to be bombarded about stuff when he first walk in the house or whatever it may be. It is about timing. But also, if you just come in there and you just say disclaimer, hey, listen, or you grab him, like, put your hand on him, like, for a second, make eye contact, say, this is what I need from you. You know, and he'll get it, you know. Now, granted, ladies, if you go running down their mouth and, like, running at them, like, attacking them, we are going to sometimes be like, oh, shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, it is what it is. But let me give you a little thing. Just say disclaimer. You know, it's like, we know you are venting. All right. So that means, see how like Scott just sat back for a second? He knows what I'm talking about. Because as soon as you say that, we're gonna go like this. Watch this. Say this, say disclaimer or something like that. I guarantee he'll do this. And then he's not threatened anymore. He's not like this. He'll sit back and he'll be like this. I need to listen. Try it, and I guarantee it'll work.
Yeah, and it's, you know, there's an old saying: you have to ask to get. You
Right.
have to ask, get, and this is the big thing. You know, communication between you and your partner is so huge, and there has to be a foundation of that set between you and your husband, you and your boyfriend. You know, the thing is this: you control the boundaries. You know, women are the glue. Women are the glue to family. And I actually was talking about this with a client yesterday. And this is the analogy I gave. So women run the roost. So, my girlfriend has a farm, and I use the analogy to that. So the rooster is always sitting on the fence by himself outside. But the hens are always in the house hanging out together, talking, collaborating, helping each other, picking each other up. So what you have to use each other. You take that hen analogy, support each other. Really pour love into each other, pick each other up. Because when you can pick each other up, you're picking up everybody else around you. And don't go at life alone. So many people think that they have to go at this alone. They have to just, take the steps down the road by themselves, and then they end up complaining about it. Life is about community. Life is about going at it with people around you. If you feel alone, if you feel that you don't have anyone to turn to, it's probably because you're not speaking up. Just speak up. It's more prideful to ask for help than prideful to not ask for help. Because if you're not going to ask for help, you end up feeling sorry for yourself, you end up reinforcing a bad feeling, and then you have a pity party. And that pity party is usually had by yourself.
Yep.
So, put your big girl pants on and don't be afraid to ask for help. Because whether it's me or Aaron or your husband or your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, there is someone always out there willing to lend you a helping hand.
True.
And Nancy says, expect things to happen, and when they don't, it just equals frustrations. Yeah. And that's a big thing right there. So if you want to get rid of the frustrations, you have to change something, right, Aaron?
You got to change your process out in some sort of way if you want the result to be different. You have to,
So I want Aaron to close this out, but my final message to all you ladies on here, share this content with other women that need this inspirational message. But at the core of this, you guys all need to take a look in the mirror either tonight or tomorrow morning and look square in your own face and realize how powerful of a being you are, how appreciated you truly are, how loved you are by all those around you. Step into that power, make the changes necessary that you need to make those changes in your life to truly step into that power and live the life you truly deserve. So that is my message to you guys. I'm going to turn it to Aaron so he can close this out and obviously ring in the Easter and Passover weekend together. So Aaron, floor is yours, brother.
So the one thing I wanted to touch on real quick as I close this out is, a lot of times we take the victim road, and don't take the victim road. All that is just taking control of your life. You have more control of your life than you think so. If you sit there and say, it's my mom's fault, it's my boyfriend's fault, it's my kid's fault. No, because you allowed that to happen. You have control of everything. Everybody has a choice that they're able to make. And yes, you are going to have consequences, but even the consequences that you get, you still have a choice on how you deal with those consequences. So you do have control over everything that you do. So like, I know some people, I heard somebody make a comment on here that, I don't have this, I don't have that. You do have things. You just have to go out and find those things. If you just sit down here and say, I cannot do this, I can't do that. Yes, you're not going to be able to do that. So a lot of times I tell people this, if you're going to start out with something negative, try to turn that around and make it positive. Okay. So like I said, you said you couldn't do this. So say, I can do this. Okay. So change it around and put a positive spin to it. Even if it may come out your mouth initially to be negative, put a positive thing in there. Listen, and I'm going to say this, because I know there's some people, family members, I don't know everything. Scott doesn't know everything. All it is about experience, people. All we're telling you is what we experience in our lives, what we deal with the women that are in our lives and stuff like that. And I know that I have a connection with this man on the phone right here. He just happens to be Jewish and he looks like me and vice versa. But we have a strong relationship with our mothers. You know, he has a son, but I have a daughter. We have some amazing women in our life, that we have these amazing girlfriends and stuff like that. You know, I love this man because of the fact that he's going through the divorce like I have. He's felt the pain. He's going through the same things. And sometimes I don't even have to say nothing, but like he shakes his head what he just did. And I don't have to have a conversation with him, but I know he's feeling what I'm feeling. So with ending this conversation, people, you are in control of your life, okay? And you just have to take the wheel and go where you got to go. So in ending that, you guys have an amazing holiday, whatever holiday that is, Easter, Passover, my brother over there. Let me know that if you guys need anything, you can message me. Also, feel free, this message, if this is going to connect with somebody and it may help one person, feel free to forward this message or contact either one of us if you guys want to kind of talk about this situation a little bit more. All right?
And, you know, love you too, brother, and I love the collaboration. And before we close this out, I just want to leave you guys with a final quote. And this is from John Francis. If you are moved to such a degree that you feel the pain and that you feel the tears running down your face, then you're looking at an opportunity to make a change and to make a difference in this world. So make that change, make a difference in the world, and live the best life possible. Aaron, love you, brother. Happy Easter. Great to collaborate with you. And everyone, enjoy your weekends, and we will see you soon.
Thank you,
Bye,
buddy.
everybody.
Have a good one.